Welcome to the Veterans in Politics Talk Show. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live stream on Facebook. Folks, we're back. This is Steve Sands and Stephanie Phillips with another episode of Veterans in Politics. Today we have Sherry Strothers.
Like Sally.
Strothers for North Las Vegas City Council Ward number uno. But before we get to Ms. Strothers, Ms. Phillips.
Strothers. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and thank you to our sponsors. We have Tim Ross over at the North Las Vegas Hangars Association. If you would like to know more about what they do and advocate for, jump on his website. It is vgthog.org, vgthog.org. We also have Henderson's mayor, Michelle Romero. She's running for re-election. Her website is votemichelleromero.com, votemichelleromero.com. And we have Judge Jennifer Schwartz. She is running for re-election for Department 17. Her website is judgeschwartz.com, judgeschwartz.com. Also, don't forget to grab your copy of Steve's book, How to Navigate Nevada's Family Court System. If you are a family court litigant and you don't have an attorney and can't afford one, jump on Amazon and get your copy. This is $14.99 and it is a self-help book and it will help you navigate that system. Also, we have a merch store. It's vipimerch.com, vipimerch.com. There's all kinds of fun things for you to check out there. And if you are a candidate and you would like to advertise on our talk show and have a sign on our wall, get in touch with me and we will get you set up for that. And if you are the first one in your race to advertise on our show, we will not advertise your opponent. What am I forgetting? Anything else coming up? No. That's it. So for my rant, I have so many. I want to talk about the Supreme Court and these, but more so, I'm sure you guys have seen the Caitlin Clark player for the WNBA and all the stuff that is going on. This poor girl, she is shoved to the floor. She is elbowed. She is poked in the eye. I mean, these people are violent on the basketball court. This girl just wants to play ball. And she is just attacked all the time. In my opinion, I have seen all of these playbacks. The league does not protect her. The refs don't protect her. And then here comes Sophie Cunningham. I'm sure you have seen her too. She's the girl that was pointing at midcourt and that just, set off the internet. She's the only one out there defending Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a raw talent. And since she has come on to the league, I mean, the arenas are sold out. They are selling all kinds of tickets, merch, all this stuff. The WNBA has put out, I think they did a $2.2 billion media buy that they just did. And it's all because of Caitlin. The viewership has gone up exponentially because this gal is just a complete talent and she is so good. And the fact that these players and the league and these refs are not protecting her, I mean, it's a free-for-all on the court. And I would just say, people look at this and to me, it's a racial thing. It's not only racial, but this girl, she's white, she's a Christian, and she's straight. And that is the antithesis of the league majority. And I would just say, you guys need to get it together and defend this girl, or else I wouldn't blame her if she left the league and, took all that popularity somewhere else and played for someone else. And then you guys would lose everything. So get your act together. It's a lot of jealousy. It's envy because she's so good. And you guys, the other players that are attacking her and doing this stuff to her on the court, you're not as good and you're jealous. And it's sad. It's really sad. And your racism is showing. So stop it.
Wow.
It's terrible. Anyway, it's been all over the internet. I just had to get that off my chest. And it is very pointed towards her. And it's awful.
You feel better?
I wanted to mention Alyssa Thomas, the one that put her fist in Caitlin Clark's throat. If that were reversed, oh my gosh, the world would be falling apart. The refs didn't do anything when she put her fist in her throat, and it was terrible. And then Alyssa goes on this interview and says, oh, we didn't even know what happened. No accountability, didn't take accountability for her actions. They only sanctioned her one game, took her out of one game. To me, they should take her out of the league altogether. It was intentional. All you have to do is watch the video. It's so awful. And she didn't even take accountability. Didn't even say, I'm sorry. Just, we didn't even know what happened. Really? I mean, my goodness. Anyway, all right.
You're passionate about this one.
I am, yeah. Because the poor girl just wants to play ball. And they're like killing her on the court. If you watch these videos, it's awful. So, anyway.
Well, thank you, Ms. Phillips. You're welcome. Ms. Strothers. How are you today, man?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Could
My
you give
pleasure.
us a bio? And don't leave anything out, Ms. Strothers.
Well, sure. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but I am from Chicago. I grew up on the West Side.
Chi-Town.
Exactly. And I grew up in a rough part of Chicago. You know, the West Side is worse than
You're
the
in the
South
projects?
Side. I was
Uh-huh.
in the Henry Horner projects.
Okay.
You know, they're all gone now. They tore
What?
down all of the projects over there.
Because of the crime?
Well, I mean, it was a multitude of things, but it was something that was always complained about. So they tore them all down, and now they're yuppie areas. When I go home, I don't even recognize those areas.
What do
But
you mean by yuppie?
well, there's cafes and
Oh.
little coffee shops, and
Oh, I like those.
right, it's really nice. It's really nice. But I left Chicago when I was 19, so.
Now you're 22.
Exactly, with a few extra years of experience. But I left Chicago when I was 19, so I don't really know Chicago that well. But I graduated from Crane High School, joined the Navy when I was 19.
Okay.
And I've been in the Navy ever since. And so I've lived all over the country. I loved the West Coast, but...
What was your MOS while you were in the Navy?
Well, I was, we called it a rating. I was a yeoman, which is admin or human resources. And I got commissioned to warrant officer.
Oh,
I retired
good
as
for
a...
you. You took
yes.
the test and all?
Well, with us, you have to become a senior enlisted.
Uh-huh.
So I became an E7.
Okay.
And
it's like
then you go to a board.
Gunnery sergeant type?
Right.
Yeah.
Because, for us, because I've worked around Marines, and an E6 in the Marines is considered senior enlisted.
Yeah.
But for us, it's not until you make E7 and we go through the whole initiation,
Are you trying
rites
to say
of
you're
practice.
better than us? Or is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, you guys
You're trying to
are.
say that the Navy
You
is better
guys
than the Marine
are
Corps? Is that
you
what I'm
guys are in
hearing,
our
Ms. Strothers?
department. Technically, you guys work for us.
No.
I'm not saying we're better. I'm
protect
just
you.
saying
We
you
protect
guys-
You need a bodyguard, and here we come. Here we
Right,
come. Here
but
comes
you
Marines,
guys
right?
ride on
Bodyguard.
our ships.
Some shit going on with you. Here
And
comes
we
the
cook
Marines.
for you.
Right? Here comes the Marines.
Our corpsmen take care of you.
Here comes the Marines. Jump in the front of that bullet for you. Here comes
Sounds
the
like
Marines.
you guys
Come
kind of
on,
need
come
us.
on.
I'm just saying.
Who guards all the embassies? Okay. Who's the president's own? All right. Enough said. Enough said.
All I know is we got 3 hots
Who's
and a
older?
cot.
Who's older? Who's older?
The Corps older.
Oh, yeah, see.
But
Don't let him bully you.
But there's still a Department of the Navy.
Whatever,
I'm just
whatever.
saying.
We're gonna get away from that one day. I have to write to my commandant, the Marine Corps Commandant, and let him know you need to get your own budget.
Isn't he outranked by the...
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Say that louder.
He's outranked by the Admiral, the CNO. Just saying. Just.
Please continue. Ms. Strothers.
Yes, sir. But I've had the pleasure of being around the country. I retired as a chief warrant officer for. I got 3 degrees on active duty. I raised my son as a single mother. I'm very proud of him. He works for the VA now. And I retired in San Diego. I have 2 grandbabies.
All right.
And I relocated here to
What are their names?
Maya, and she is 11 years old, and Lila is 9.
Oh,
Well, her birthday is in August. My babies.
Okay.
And Lila is a brain cancer survivor.
Oh, wow. So
Yes. At 3 years old,
Oh,
she
wow.
was fighting. Isn't that
Wow.
terrible?
sorry. It is.
And the treatment did more damage than the
Yeah, 'cause
cancer.
they put all that poison inside of it.
Yeah. So she's a special needs
You
baby
listen
now.
to those commercials. They describing this medication. They let's call it Bolsafist, right?
Right.
Bolsafist. And the after effects is death, psychological. You're like, what am I taking this for? Liver failure?
Kidney failure, heart attack.
Why would I want to take that? Anyways, please continue. No, we keep interrupting.
And I work with that. Remember, I was in the Navy, so.
She's used to it from Marines, I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
But I got here in 2019, just before COVID.
I saw
And,
you getting off the plane.
Right.
From Chi-Town.
Well, I drove here from San
you drove.
Diego. I retired right up the street, and I lived off of the Strip originally, and then in the COVID lockdown, it just shifted everything. I originally came here to be on the Strip, but then
To do what?
to party.
She retired. She wanted to have fun.
I was partying like it had a retirement plan.
If I put $5 into tequila, my stocks will go up.
But COVID changed all that. The lockdown and I was isolated here because I didn't have any family.
Right.
And it just shifted the values. And you're watching the world through social media and realizing how much there is and how much hate, pain, and suffering. And so what was important to me just shifted. So I got my real estate license in 2021. I don't have the years this beautiful woman has, but I've had a very successful career as a real estate agent. In 23, I was in the top 500.
Oh, good for you.
Pretty proud of
You
that.
know Mary Perry?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I know
With
the
IE?
name.
Not with the Y?
Wait, are we talking about the person that's in politics or?
The realtor Mary Perry. But
Oh,
there's
no.
a judge Mary Perry.
I know that Mary
Yeah,
Perry.
They
Realtor
spell
Mary
different.
Okay, I don't know that one though.
Oh, okay.
But
Hi, Mary.
I shout out.
She's great. Yeah, she's really.
I've donated over $45,000 in my commissions in
To
this
who?
time to my clients. I always give my VA clients $1,000 every transaction. I always pay all of my VA buyers. I pay their that broker transaction fee.
Gotcha.
I foot the bill for that. And I also help clients, people don't always have the money. When you don't realize how much closing costs are going to be and that sort of thing. Sometimes when a home is being listed, they don't always have the money for the repairs.
Gotcha.
And because I live off of my retirement, I have the luxury of helping, because that's the reason I wanted to do real estate, because I could have easily got a regular job, but I can't be in an environment where I'm being told what to
So
do.
that's how you met Colette? From real estate?
Exactly. We did a deal together.
Oh,
She's
you did
amazing.
a deal together.
One of the best transactions. She
Yeah.
was so amazing to work with, because a wonderful person on the other end makes the transaction so good.
Oh, it does. It makes it so smooth.
Mhm.
I thought it had something to do with the military because she's Army brat.
I do.
Well, not Army brat.
No,
she's
she's a
actual Army
Yes.
vet.
Well, we were talking one
But now
day.
she's a brat. But anyways.
Well, we were talking one day, and then we shared that we were both veterans, and then a sisterhood was born.
Oh, beautiful thing.
And then she insisted that I contact you.
Insisted.
She did.
What did she do?
She followed up. She told me
She
about
took her
you.
earrings out of
I
hairs and
I
pissed
told
up
her
on
I
you?
was running for office, and she said, "Have you talked to veterans in
Aw.
politics?" And I said, "Well, I've heard of them." And
Oh.
she sent me your number, and then she followed up, and she said, "Have you talked to them?" And then I hadn't. I've been running around, and then you guys were actually doing interviews. And then she called me, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And that's when I called you, and you scheduled it for, I think it was May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got the history.
And
done.
now here she is.
Now here she is.
It's great.
Close and all.
I love it.
Which I really appreciate.
Absolutely.
And that was a great process.
That'd be $100.
No, it's five. What are you
Oh,
talking
five.
about?
Oh, that's
Right,
$500.
Yeah, show us the bank account where that
Yes.
came from.
Because people are saying that people pay for endorsements. How much did you pay?
Did you pay for the endorsement?
Yeah,
I did not.
Because I'm a
Okay.
little light in my bank
Well,
account.
look,
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I know that I was supposed to be on your show before, shortly before that interview.
Mm.
And then I had another obligation and
You
couldn't
double
make
booked,
it.
huh? Yeah.
And then I thought,
Uh,
I might as well not go to this
He
interview.
was
There's
mad
no
at
way
you.
I'm going to get it.
He was
yeah,
mad
was
at you.
mad.
I know.
Just
I know.
stood
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But I still came to my interview because
did.
that was where I was supposed to be.
Like a trooper.
Yeah.
That's right. I like troopers.
Yes.
And now here she is
Now,
back.
see, that
That's
means
good.
a whole lot. You know, that means more than just, you know, you just come and go. That means you're in it to win it.
Oh, I felt terrible. I do not get into the habit
Right.
of not fulfilling my obligations. I really
Yeah.
didn't like that.
All right. Because we were going to send Mark out to go look for
Oh,
you.
Lord, not Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for sparing me.
Please continue.
But all of that said, I am so happy that I made this my home. I moved to North Las Vegas particularly because of its proximity to the VA hospital
Mm-hmm.
and the Nellis Air Force Base, which that VA there, that's the best medical care I've ever received in my life.
Thanks, Shelley
That's
Berkeley,
great.
for finding
Yeah.
the funding for that.
That is
Yeah.
the best. That women's clinic is top tier. But
They got a
I
Fisher House, too.
know, I
Mhm.
know my son used to work at the one in Hawaii. It's amazing.
And they could also take ambulances now. When they first opened
I didn't know that.
for years, they couldn't take ambulance.
Wow.
Now they could take ambulance.
They do amazing work.
Yes, they do.
And I specialize in veterans and active duty. As a matter of fact, I'm working with 2 active duty families right now.
Okay.
But all of that said, I am in politics at this point because I feel like we all need to do our part to make things better.
Mhm.
The world is in such a crazy place. Everybody's at each other's throats.
Mhm.
I can't be the president. I can't do that. And so when I was in the Navy once, one of my executive officers told me something, because I always wanted to change everything. I was in the SEAL community.
The
You
who-
know,
the who community?
the Navy SEAL community.
Oh, that one. Okay.
I supported them for 10 years, my last 10 years in the Navy. And one thing that you know about them is in that environment, they are very relaxed. They have beards.
Until you piss
They
them
don't always cut their hair,
off.
right?
Until you piss them off.
Well, I had just come from the East Coast. And so I was there. You will get a haircut. You will get a shave. Oh, they wanted to recon me up in there. It was pretty bad. And so my executive officer sat me down and he saving my life really, but he said to me
What do you say?
that you can only control what is within the scope of your umbrella.
Right.
And I took that to heart. And I knew I can't change the SEAL community.
No.
I'm a visitor here,
Yes.
but I can control the support staff that comes here. Because we come to this community, we go back to the fleet. So I held those fleet sailors to the standards of the Navy because you're going to go back. And I learned to throttle back and leave the war fighters
Yeah.
alone
That's right.
because those
You
guys
stay-
do
you stay-
amazing
stay out of our
things.
way there, Navy.
And what's
Okay.
this R?
They're in the league of their own over there.
They are, but
They
you
are.
said R.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's in elite. He has his own league.
Oh.
We can talk about that after the
Okay.
show. He has his
Right,
own
right.
league.
We'll do that off mic.
Off camera.
But they really are amazing people.
Yes, they are. Please continue. It's
But-
still in your bio, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he told me to stay within the scope of my umbrella. So that is what I've done. And so I want to make changes. I want to make a difference. And so I have to start where I can fit in. And that is this seat.
Yeah.
And I want to work hard for the people of Ward 1.
Who was in that seat right now?
Well, right now, Isaac Barone is still in that
that's
seat.
the Isaac Barone
Oh,
seat.
okay. So yeah, he's
So what's
He's
the
termed
what's
out.
the other seat?
Yeah.
There's another seat, right?
Well,
Ward 3?
Ward 3, Ida's already.
William, what's his name? William the Second or something?
Robinson.
Robinson.
Well, no. So
What's that
that
seat?
seat, that is seat Scott Black's seat.
Oh, yeah.
He's
'cause
running for
Oh,
mayor.
He vacated.
Right.
He's running for mayor.
So he's taking a chance.
He's taking a big chance.
Yeah, if he
because
doesn't win
Ida
mayor,
has
he's
already
done.
Won that
Yeah.
seat. She cleared the 51 threshold.
Yeah.
So that's her seat.
Who? Which one?
Ida.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of her last name right now, but
50 plus one. Yeah.
Starts with a Z.
Right.
Ida Z something.
She did very well.
Yeah.
And she's on the bottom of the ballot, Z, and she still got it. Look at that.
Yeah.
So what made you say to yourself, I'm going to run for city council? Did you see that something was going awry? These people were, not doing something that they should for the community. What turned that said you wanted to run?
I went through the Emerge program, and I'm sure you've heard of it. And while in the program, they teach you about running for office and this sort of thing. And part of that is to look around and see what you could run for. Mm-hmm. I saw that Isaac was terming out. Mm-hmm. And then I started to look at my surroundings. There was an opportunity to put the Tunnels for Towers co-located with the VA hospital. Mm-hmm. And this current leadership turned that down unanimously. And my opponent on the planning commission was quoted as saying they needed to find a better place. I felt like that was a lost opportunity because there wasn't a better location. Now it's in Vegas, and I hope we still get an opportunity to do that. Rent control is still a touchy subject. As a real estate agent, I know that is not a popular decision, and I understand that.
Would you support that?
I do. And
tell me why.
I support it because as a real estate agent, when I got here, I came here from San Diego. Mm-hmm. And so everything to me was cheap. Everything. I was, oh my God, I can't believe how much. And as a real estate agent, and I'm dealing with people that have lived here all their lives, and they've been priced out. They can't afford the rent anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't want to move out of their community because they'd have to take their kids out of that school, but you cannot afford the mortgages in the homes in this area. And it just became very depressing to me that these people can't afford. Those of us that relocate here, this is a great opportunity. But if you've lived here all your life and you've managed to raise a whole family on minimum wage or working down on the strip, that dream has passed you by. And it's not like it's going to go back. Wages aren't going up. When I moved here in 2019, a single family home in North Las Vegas was approximately $375,000. That same house now is $450,000, $480,000. But the median income is still $79,000. And that's with two people working. So that's why I don't know what it looks like, but I just want there to be some way that we can make sure that people can afford to keep a roof over their heads.
So is that, should property owners who are landlords and rent their properties and have investments like that, why should they be penalized because of inflation, because of all these rising costs? It's not just the cost of living. Not just rent. It's all the other stuff too that raises the cost of living. So why should those landlords and property owners be penalized?
I would never want to punish anyone. I'm a homeowner. I wouldn't want my value to go down. And I certainly wouldn't want to give my house away. But one of the things that I saw when I got here, in California, you can only go up on your rent so much. But when I was talking to people whose rent had gone up so quickly when we came out of COVID, because that's when home values went up, landlords started selling houses right up under people that had lived there the whole time, or you've lived there for 6-7 years and now your rent's going up 40 or 50%. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about taking the opportunity for someone to have an investment that is successful. What I am talking about is having a reasonable cap on how much you can go up in your rent within a certain period of time. Because even if you do that, the people that live here have to have somewhere to stay. And we've got to find a middle ground. I don't want to hurt business. I'm very business friendly. I'm very business friendly. But this is the thing. Right now in the world we live in, business is very often considered before anyone else, primarily the people that are just trying to survive. And survival is a lot harder right now than it used to be. I mean, gas has become a significant problem, the cost of gas. And then just going to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store the other day and spent $150, and I walked out of there with 2 light little bags. I live okay. I do all right. But if you are a person that's on a fixed income, which in Ward 1 is primarily, there are so many elderly people that live in that community that are on fixed incomes. Someone has to be their voice. I don't want the voices of those that have the means to be ignored, but there has to be some way of finding middle ground. And so in my stance in that regard, it has cost me some endorsements, primarily the real estate endorsement. I didn't get that. Yeah. But this is the thing. I'm a proud realtor. I love being a realtor. I'm very realtor friendly, but I don't think one is mutually exclusive. And I am only interested in doing this job to take care of the voiceless people.
What if the government came in and said, realtors make too much money, you have to cap your commissions at X?
We're borderline there now.
How would that make you feel?
I wouldn't be happy about that. But
no, because the government is telling you, that's kind of like a socialist mindset where you have the government telling you you cannot charge this much rent, even though that's market value. You have to cap this. You have to limit how much you're going to make. Once you start going down that slippery slope and you cap something like that, where's that going to stop? What industry does that stop at?
Well, I don't think that it's a freight train that would run off the road because with real estate, no matter how much we charge, that client, that home seller or that buyer has the option to go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. If I walk in and I do a listing agreement, I'm doing a listing presentation and I tell you that I want you to pay me 17%. I can ask for that all day. You as a home seller will say, pack sand, get out of my house, and you'll go find someone that's the difference. In terms of when you're talking about people and their ability to live, I look at it from the other side. If the landlord can raise your rent from $500 to $1,000 in 1 year.
Did that happen?
It didn't. But we are talking hypotheticals.
But we have to talk about what actually has happened. We have to talk about real numbers.
But the government has not told us that we can't raise that we have a cap on our commissions.
Yeah, because we have a free market system.
Right, but I'm using the same scenario. What I'm saying is I'm looking at it from the other side, not necessarily socialism, but a voice for people that have no voice. That's what I'm saying.
That can spill into any industry. That can spill into anything else. If you do it once and you shut down one industry or people's ability to charge. I mean, people can go, if they don't like the rent at this place, they can go down the street and find 10 others. Once you start down that slope, and I think that's why Nevada and the legislature has shot that down time after time after time, because they know once you do that and you go over that ledge, where's that ever going to end?
Well, and I don't see it that way. And like I said, I'm business friendly. But again, who speaks for the people? As an elected official, who do I work for? Who do the elected officials work for?
Supposed to be the people.
So if you work for me as an elected official and I can't afford anything, then what do you do for me? We
That's
won't.
when people have a free choice. They have a choice to relocate. They have a choice to get a different property, a smaller property. People have choices to make to live within their means. But everybody has to do that. I have to do that. Everybody does.
If the means outgrow your ability to make the money, if you've been working on the strip most or all of your life, and the cost of the homes have shot up, and they have, the cost of living has shot up, and it has, the cost of childcare has gone crazy, because I used to pay $200 a month. I can't imagine I know what they pay now.
Yeah, not even close.
So what I'm saying is, as everything else goes super high, me as a person that has been living within a certain perimeter, and now It exceeds everything that I can afford. I can't afford to just relocate. Relocation costs money. So what I'm saying is, as a person, a constituent, as a person that lives every day, if the politicians don't work for me, if there's no one that is looking out for me, then what is the point of a politician? My job is not to make business happy at the sacrifice of the people that are within there. There has to be a middle ground. That's what I'm saying.
But those are your constituents too. Those property owners
They are
your
my constituents, and they are doing
some
very
of your
well.
constituents, you're telling
I'm not
you
telling.
are going to be capped at what you can rent your property for and how much money you're able to make.
I will look for a way to find middle ground. One can't be mutual exclude. We can't just let business run rogue at the expense of people. What I'm saying is there has to be the ability to talk about it, to get to the table and find a way to try to make it work for both sides. Right now, it only works for one side.
If we're going to cap stuff, let's talk about HOA companies and their transfer fees.
Absolutely.
The resale packages,
Absolutely.
like all of those things
Absolutely.
that, you're at least $1,000, $2,000 just to close a deal from the seller's standpoint and all this. It's outrageous.
As I knocked over 2,500, 2,700 doors for the primary, and talking to these people on fixed incomes, the HOAs in some of these cases are out of control. They're towing people's cars from right in front of their house. They're telling them they can't leave their garage door open during the day. Yes, there needs to be some. Exactly. What I'm saying is there's problems across the board. I want real estate to be a lot easier than what it is. What I'm saying is work for everybody. That's what I want to do because I am very business friendly and I love being a realtor. I do. And I would love to make more money. I don't like some of the changes that came after that big decision and some of the things we're forced to do, but I go along with it. But if I could do anything to make things better, absolutely. I'm a friend on both sides. That's the thing.
Is your seat partisan? Is it nonpartisan?
It's nonpartisan.
Okay.
Which is why I happily will go to a GOP place. I talk to people. We don't always have to agree, but we can find middle ground. As long as I was in the Navy, I was a Republican most of my career because that's what we do on active duty. You're going to be a Republican. I was a Republican most of my career. I've always worked with people. We didn't always agree on everything. Sometimes we almost have knockdown, drag out fights, for God's sakes. But we got up the next day, we moved on. It wasn't the end of the world like it is now. You can't even have a conversation and disagree with someone without it becoming the end of the damn world. Yeah. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying
that. No, you can say whatever you are. Are you a registered Democrat?
I am. Oh, okay. I'm a registered Democrat. Okay. But I am always and have always worked for everyone. Even on active duty, I was a registered. When I changed from Republican to Democrat, I'm going to always work as hard. Like even some of my clients, they don't know I'm a Democrat until after we close. And then they might mention their political beliefs. And I tell them when I give them that $1,000 or whatever and take care of them, my job is to sell you a home. And to do it in the best capacity, make you as happy and give you the best service. I don't give a you know what about who you voted for. We shouldn't even care about that. Because we didn't used to talk about that.
Doesn't come into play.
We never, that never used to.
An issue in my business.
No one is ever used to, I won't work with you. But, and so I'm going to work just as hard for you. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on. And I will work for every person in Ward 1, period, full stop. And I will always try to find middle ground. I visited a church with Diane Ramirez. She's supporting me and she invited me to her church for the 250th anniversary of the country. And I'm old enough to remember the bicentennial, by the way. But one of the things that they said was we can disagree without being disagreeable. I loved that.
Or disrespectful. People we disagree on that particular subject. I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat, but we can still have the conversation respectfully and disagree, and people can see that. It's a lot of times you can't have that dialogue in today's political climate.
And we can reach across the aisle, because I guarantee you after I win that seat, I know that I'm going to make some decisions that you guys will like.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm going to make some that you're not going to like.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way of the world. You can't make everybody happy.
No.
But I won't do anything in malice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do anything to hurt anyone. And I'm always going to do what I believe in. And I believe that the American people need someone to fight for them. The homeless people, the unhoused, we have a lot of them in Ward 1 down there on Owens.
What's your plan for that? What is the solution for that?
I don't have a solution, but I am looking around the country at things that have worked. Why try to reinvent the wheel? I know that it's a problem. I know that businesses have a problem. I've talked to people that live around there, and they're not happy because sometimes they will come into their spaces. But those people they're not criminals, and they shouldn't be treated with anything less than dignity. And there has to be a way to try to find some middle ground, because I know I've had people tell me, oh, those people want to be there. Who would want to? I know that if we have compassion, if we work from the heart, I can't save the world. I can only do what is within the scope of my umbrella. I wish I could do it all, but I'm going to do everything I can to make it better. And I believe that every time you go somewhere, you try to make it better than what you found, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to work very hard to make it better than what I found. Mm-hmm. And I believe in what I'm doing.
So, Ms. Strothers, the only people that could vote for you are Ward 1 residents in North Las Vegas, right?
Yes, sir.
You've been knocking on those doors?
I have.
So what are the issues that and concerns that your constituents are voicing to you?
One of with Ward 1,
and what are those boundaries to tell everybody?
Yes, ma'am. Ward 1 is the northeastern side of North Las Vegas. So the VA hospital up there is the boundary. It comes down, it passes Losi. Then the 15 as it is the boundary down to Owens. Owens is the cutoff at the southern end. And then the other boundary is the Las Vegas side. So we are the most neglected part of North Las Vegas, because when you go west of the VA hospital up there, Pecos Road, it's all new and pretty and fancy. Mm-hmm. And we're kind of the older end. Mm-hmm. The biggest complaints I get are those that are in that southern end of North Las Vegas in the ward, mm-hmm. right down there near Civic Center Drive in that original part of North Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. They feel neglected. They feel forgotten. They complain about the roads. Mm-hmm. They often are talking about lights that haven't worked in forever, people speeding up and down the streets. In some cases, they put that big bridge up. I forget the location, but it's caused one resident's home, when it rains, it floods her whole yard. She's complained about it for over 2 years and nothing has happened. Those are the kinds of things that are happening. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit that we could take care of. Mm-hmm. I can't save the world, but we can get lights fixed.
And street cleaners can run through the streets, and there's trash everywhere. I live in an older part of District F, and I have gone down to the commission, talked about the roads falling apart, the streets that are the street lights out, and then just the filth. All it is, it's not hard.
No,
just to clean up, the district, and I'm sure a lot of that sounds very much the same. And I think they let these older parts of the valley just go to crap, and they just don't take care of them.
You left out a few things in Ward 1.
What's that?
Like abandoned vehicles, illegal dumping, code enforcement delays, stuff like that.
Well, I have not received complaints about abandoned vehicles. The illegal dumping I've seen, because you see those vacant lots. Code enforcement is very aggressive in some areas. I've received a lot of complaints about code enforcement, not necessarily in a positive way. But on the other side of that, I've received a lot of positive things. There are people that love what code enforcement does. And then there are residents that think it's a lot of overreach. As a real estate agent, people that live in non-HOA communities live there for a reason. And so if you live in an HOA, if you live in a non-HOA community and you have people telling you you have to move your trash can out of sight, that feels like an HOA. That's what happens in a lot of cases. I think that's a little odd. Because for me, as I drive down streets in that area and I see trash mounting and all these lots that just look like, there should be some tickets written or some citations thrown around. I don't know that that doesn't happen, but I do know that there are people that are being told that are actually getting tickets for cars sitting on their property that don't have registration. It's on their property line. And so I don't know what I don't know about code enforcement because I'm getting, some people say I'm attacking them. I'm not attacking, I'm just repeating what I'm hearing from constituents. And like I said, I'm not interested in trying to go after anybody. I just want to see what we're doing and seeing if there's a way to make it better, because I know that when you don't live in an HOA community, you expect a certain amount of freedom. I'm not saying that you trash your place, but come on, give them some room.
So what's your position on warehouse growth or industrial expansion?
I think we have enough in Ward 1. I think we have more than our fair share. I think we've got enough.
What would
No
you
mas.
replace those with?
I don't know that I would replace them. Those are buildings are occupied. No, those places are occupied. They're working. I'm saying we don't need any more. So leave them as they are. Right now we do have several. I live off of Lamb and Centennial. There are some homes that were built right behind me. There's a D.R. Horton community that was built in the corner. We've got a whole lot of Richmond homes being built along the street. There's a lot of building going on right now. So I wouldn't, that doesn't seem to be an issue for me in terms of there being more building, because there's a lot of construction going on in my area.
Are you pro-growth overall?
I am pro-growth. And I don't want to see, I don't want to see home values go down, because we all want our values to stay up. Find a way to make homes affordable by finding a way that people can get into the homes, maybe through some type of grant where they can, because the FHA, we've got the program Home is Possible, where you can get the home, get the grant for the down payment. You're only paying 3.5%. That helps a lot of people have the opportunity for home ownership. I'd like to see more of that, where we can find a way where people can afford to own a home, as opposed to trying to make the cost of homes go down, because you can't do that without hurting people that already have homes.
Nellis Air Force Base, is that in your ward?
It's right outside. That's in Vegas.
So as a 30-year veteran of the United States military, what is your, and if you do become a city councilwoman in Ward 1, what's your plan to help support veterans that live in your ward, or the city as a whole, because you guys vote at large, right?
We do.
On different issues.
North Las Vegas has the largest population of veterans in active duty out of the entire valley. And Ward 1 particularly has a lot because of the co-location
What do you
to
think that is?
Velo.
Why is veterans flocking to North Las Vegas?
Well, because you've got
Sunshine
Creech,
and
you've
hamburgers.
got Nellis.
More affordable than other areas, and the VA
The
hospital.
VA hospital.
And the base is
The
up
base, you
there.
can go shopping there. So that's why I moved there. I, as a person that wants
You
to
got Sam's
target,
Club.
I want to target those. And see, we don't even have a Costco or Sam's in North Las Vegas.
Why is that? You got Amazon though? Warehouse?
Yeah, well, we had a warehouse, but see,
There's a Costco right on the west side of Decatur at 215.
right.
I
right
mean,
on the-
literally right across the
Right.
street, but they didn't put it in
see,
North Las Vegas proper.
and I don't want to forget your question. One of the other things about North Las Vegas is we have the lowest C tax of everyone else. Our C tax is $374 per person.
What's the seat tax?
Seat tax is that revenue, that tax that is generated from each person that lives within the area. It's what you pay through all the taxes, your home, when you're paying taxes at the store, all of that. $374. In Vegas, it's something like $600 and something. In Boulder City, it's something like $1,500. But this is the thing. In North Las Vegas, we do a lot of our largest shopping outside of the city. We go into Vegas. I go to Macy's. I got to go into Vegas to go to Macy's. We don't have any of that stuff that keeps the money there.
In the district.
So we need businesses that keep the money in our area so that those taxes can be used into the city and do better things. So that's part of the thing. No more fast food. No more factories. We want jobs that really pay people. I'd love to get a Costco. Costco, 200-300 good jobs in my ward. I would love that. It would be great for the economy. But so those are the kinds of things I'm interested in. Trying to really look at growth, because we're the fastest growing city. We have all of this great opportunity. There's 290,000 people in that city. We're almost 300,000 strong. And we still seem to operate like a small town. And we could do bigger things. And as far as the veterans, I think that we have a lot of programs out here, but they're kind of like everywhere. Somewhere where it's streamlined, something that is targeted, where we really, because I love the VA care that I get here. I have not heard many people say they weren't happy with the VA care. There isn't always an awareness of all the programs that are available. There's a lot of programs that people don't hear about. I met a young woman, I forget the name of that program. It's something about techs, and they teach people how to use all this technology. And I walked up to her when it was done and I said, hey, do you ever do this on base, blah, blah, blah. She's never had an opportunity to get onto the base. And you know that program where we're transitioning out, that would be one of those times.
We tried to go on base one time. They kicked us out.
Why?
Well, I didn't have a real ID and I didn't have my passport on me. So they're like,
And I use an ID that I reported stolen.
Oh. Well,
they took it.
They were trying to jack us up.
Oh, well, I mean, now that's different.
Turn around.
That's different.
Turn around.
But do you guys ever try to get on there and like talk or
Did
do
we
it?
go back?
What were you going for?
We're just gonna go and check out the commissary area. Yeah.
Well, let me know if you ever want to. We can do that.
We'd be prepared next time.
Yeah. You've got a.
I got my ID now.
Right.
The one that's not.
The one that wasn't stolen,
I
that was
stole
still
from
in his
myself.
wallet.
I stole from myself to get to myself.
Oh, wow.
I don't like it's me. Look, I was like it's me.
What do
Well,
you
stolen.
think? What do you think of data centers, and if they were to come and want to put one in North Las Vegas?
Well, we've already got an approval for one in the Apex.
Okay.
There's one at the we've got another one up in that area by the race thing or something. My brain is scattered, but we've got an approval for one. And the one that's already there up in that area, they just bought a whole bunch of land in the Apex to possibly have another one. I'm completely against the data centers, particularly since I heard about what happened up there in where they're telling the people that they have to start getting electricity from another source because they are
Taking it all.
it has to go to the data center. Where is it up there at
It's up by Reno, isn't it?
it's up by Reno.
Urrington or somewhere.
It's one of those anyway, yes. And some of the California residents have been getting service from Nevada Energy. Well, now they're being told by the end of the year, you've got to find your own power source because they've got to reroute that power to the data center. I have a problem with that.
Ain't that something?
And the fact that it uses so much water. Now, I heard Scott Black say that this one that they approved, that it recycles the water. But I've also seen in other places that have those centers that their drinking water is being negatively impacted, even with this recycling thing. Why would we put things like that in the desert? We already have a problem with our water source. We compete with the golf courses as it is, right? And then you're going to add this. I'm not a fan. And I don't want.
I just wonder, I mean, some of these people were complaining about the noise, the constant hum.
Really?
If you listen to some of these videos of these folks that live up north and live next to them, and they just plop these things next to homes. They're not that far away, and they're constantly hearing this, trying to sleep. And I just wonder, why would they put that so close to homes? We have, there's so much desert out there. Let the federal government let go of some of their land and put it farther out,
right.
But still, no, you're right about the water and the power and things like that it does take our resources.
And we have plenty of places in America that have an abundance of water. Why do you have to put them here? And what really angers me is that we get these things. I didn't know we had any data centers until there was a debate between Scott Black and Danielle Monroe Marino, and something about that came up. We've got a data center. So I went and Googled it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got one. I think that's something that has such a major impact on all of the people. We should have an opportunity to speak on that. And this data center thing is a real hot button issue. And I don't support them. I don't.
Did I ask you my veteran question?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. What did I say?
What she was going to do for the veterans in her
Yeah.
ward and how many.
Right.
And what did you say?
I said that I would like us to have a more centralized system for people to get the information of the programs that are available to them, because we get good medical care.
Okay.
Now the women veterans want a separate we have the women's medical center, but they want it removed and have a separate building, and that's actually got funding approved. So
Ms. Strothers.
Strothers. Like Sally Strothers.
Strothers.
Strothers. Yes, sir.
There, you got it now.
Ms. Strothers.
Yes, sir.
Shit, we got all into that. I forgot my question.
It took us an hour, but we got to the Strothers.
No. I do know my question, Ms. Strothers. How are you different than your opponent, and why? What are the voters getting if they pick you versus your opponent?
Well, my opponent is a very nice lady. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She's a real estate agent, just like myself. She was born and raised here. I don't have any complaints about that. But what you get with me is you get someone that has life experience. She's a much younger woman. I've raised a child as a single parent. I know what it's like to rob Peter to pay Paul. I understand what it's like to struggle. I grew up on food stamps. I grew up on government cheese. I know what it feels like to go to bed hungry. And I am very sympathetic to the people that struggle the most. I'm the oldest of 9 children. I'm used to being the one that goes and fights for my brothers and sisters. When I was in the Navy, one thing that I said when I got warrant officer is that they fucked up. I said, oh, they...
One more time?
I said, I don't know if they knew what they were doing when they did that.
They just fucked up.
I said, you mean I
Did
can't
they
go?
give me this bar right
You
here?
can't just take my rank from me. And then I became a problem
Of
because
course you did.
I spent 19 years as a junior enlisted person, and I know what it felt like to just be shit on. So I was an advocate, and I fought hard for junior people. And so in this realm where I'm 60, I got 10 good years left in me. I'm not a career politician. I don't want to do this for 30, 40 years. I want to give North Las Vegas Ward 1 the last good 12 years I got in me and fight like hell for them. And so what you're going to get is a real advocate. And I'm not afraid to be wrong. I'm not afraid to say things that might make people unhappy. I'm always willing to compromise if I can, but I'm always going to put the residents of Ward 1 first. Point, period, full stop. That's my only objective. So with me, you won't get someone that has a plan to move further up the ladder. I just want to work for the people of this ward. And
Well, at
that's
least you're
everyone.
real. You are real, you're genuine, you say it how it is. And to me, that is, that's a great thing. If you're going to be in politics, the ones that you can find that just, they don't hide how they feel. They don't hide behind, this rhetoric, and you say what you feel and think, and people can disagree or agree. And I think that is a great quality. It's
Thank
good.
you. You're a tough little lady,
Miss
I
Strothers,
love you.
we're running out of time.
Good.
So Mark is going to zoom in on you,
Okay.
and then this is your moment to invite people to come to your website, invite people to vote for you. If you have an event coming up, people know. Let us know when you're going to give us your shirt so we can do a shout out for you. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to thank you guys for having me here on Veterans in Politics. My name is Sherry Strothers. I'm running for Ward 1. I want to be your councilwoman. I will work hard and fight for you. I ask humbly for your vote. You can find out about me at www.sherryfornevada.com. I just hosted a wonderful party for the World Cup. Mexico did their business. I'm very proud of that. My grandbaby's abuelito, because I always screw up that L. I am here to fight for you. I want that job to make a difference. Trust me, I want to work for you. And I can't think of anything cool to say because I forgot all the other things you told me that I was supposed to talk about.
Ms. Strothers,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Ms. Phillips, thank you. Folks, that's Sherry Strothers, candidate for North Las Vegas City Council, Ward number 1. Ms. Strothers is a 30-year veteran of the United States Navy. She's very disciplined. She knows her stuff. Her word is her bond. She'll get it done. And Veterans in Politics and Nevada Veterans Association has endorsed Ms. Strothers. So we would like to know that everybody is going to go and vote for Ms. Strothers. You're all going to just run down the ward number 1 in North Las Vegas and vote for Ms. Strothers.
Thank you.
Even if you're from a different ward. No.
And vote twice. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
So if you have friends in Ward 1 and you've seen this program, please give them a call and let them know that you're very well informed of Ms. Strothers. And please share the video and let them know. Vote for Ms. Strothers, Ward number 1, North Las Vegas City Council. Thank you so much. Until next time. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live stream on Facebook.